can't let you guys distract me. I have to be all systems ready to go at 7:58 to try to get into Mind Kill.
Did you set an alarm?
I got alarm set. I got reminders. You know what? I'm going to put one on my computer too.
Welcome to the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast. This week's episode is sponsored by Patreon member and current Skip Ace leader Brian Bickersmith. With Team Challenge season winding down, Corey, Randy, Alex, Evan, Tim, and Jaimen are joined by Correspondent Joe Caron to recap the Skoneykillers' battle to avoid relegation, the DisCaptains' final match before finals, and the last regular season New York Team Challenge match. But first, let's take a look ahead to some upcoming events and a look back at some recent action. So this weekend is both the Blatnick Breeze and the pro and age-protected divisions for Fools Fest. At this point, if you haven't signed up for them yet, then, you know, I've done my part. I can't do more. But because Blatnick is next week, Randy, didn't you have the monthly this past weekend?
Yeah, we had the monthly on Sunday morning. It rained right up until we teed off. Like it was like kind of raining sideways while I was collecting money. It was awful. Didn't bring a pop-up tent because I thought it'd be raining sideways and thought it wouldn't help, but I kind of still wish I brought it to stand under, but whatever. But yeah, the rain stopped the second we all walked out to our tees. It was pretty great.
Corey commented on it. It's got two UDisc pages. One is for rec and women, the other for pro and am.
Yeah, that was just for the white versus the blue layout. I couldn't figure out how to do it all under one event at the same time. So that's what I did. Made two events.
Absolutely. Did anybody here go other than Randy, of course? I didn't really get a chance to check.
I wasn't at the monthly, but I was there all day Saturday.
Where's Tim?
Tim and Evan went to practice at their finals location, so they are driving back currently.
Well, Tim was there.
Corey and I were spying on you.
Yeah, me and Jaimen and Kyle and a couple other guys went down to FDR on Sunday, and now we're getting off topic, but
no, it's fine.
I saw Chris Jardin's thing and video that he posted, and I saw that they were doing a work day at FDR. So when me and Jaimen pulled in, we saw a Prius there, and I'm like, man, I feel like that's Pat's Prius because it's got black wheels. And I'm like, oh, maybe he's here to do coursework.
I mean, no, that's a totally logical reasoning.
So we didn't see you at all. And then I think we were on one of the holes and we saw like maybe you leave. And then we saw Evan and Eric and they're like, yeah, you just missed Pat. I'm like, oh, so it was Pat.
Yeah, I was smart actually because I wasn't feeling like I am now at that time. But I knew like one round. That's kind of my limit. With the tournament, I figured they were going to play a round of yellow, a round of white, which they confirmed. And they were saying, everybody says that we should play white first. And I'm like, no. You should play yellow first, and then I can show you the landing zones for white. Because I didn't want to throw to white. So no, we played around. And actually, it was the first official Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast tag round. And
you mentioned you had tags.
Yeah. Had I known you would have been there, yeah. I gave Evan a bunch, but he never sees you guys, so I didn't give him yours. So did you guys go there for coursework or to play around?
We moved some sticks, but we were there primarily to refresh. And
you guys play both white for pro? Both rounds?
Yeah.
Okay. But I've only played it once or twice in the last couple of years, the FDR course. It is so different than it was just 4 or 5 years ago, isn't it?
A few holes for sure, I'd say, yeah.
Any other comments on FDR? Anything notable?
We didn't lose any discs.
That's always a good thing. So, Randy, the monthly.
There's a good group of people that were easy to send out, like good groups of people that wanted to play together. So I didn't have to really, make anybody go anywhere, which is nice. I don't know. Monthly people ask if they can play together, and it's always yes, but like sometimes it makes it complicated. This time, no complications. It was great.
Easy peasy. Looks like Millie Smith won the women's division, and Jim Burns beat out Eamon Foster for rec. Let's see. Brandon Klein, rough round in the AM division. Tim Goyette came in third place. Terry Hudson in second, and Josh Lee won AM at +2. Beat Terry by 5 strokes. You played with Troy in the pro. How'd that go?
Yeah, I played with Troy. It was really fun. Honestly, in the parking lot when it was raining, I didn't want any pros to show up, so I could just play a casual round because I probably wouldn't have dropped into AM for that. I would have just, had a little fun and not stressed over the weather. But no, Troy showed up. So yeah, we played. It was good. It was super windy, like windy where you laid up from outside of like 25 feet. And that plays right into my strategy there. I started the round with the only birdie of the round on one of the harder holes, but I think the wind had just magically died for a few minutes. We started on hole 9, which is just super long and exposed, but whatever. Got it done there. And then the rest of the round, I just did a lot of layups. And I think Troy had a few putts that got lifted by the wind and went too far. And, that's how that can go. So, I was able to shoot +2 with just one birdie, and Troy tried to chase me down. He ended up with 4 birdies, but still ended up at +5. And it's pretty much all just wind related. It was really good practice for the tournament if it's windy next weekend.
Yeah, it looks like he had a pretty rough go at the beginning, but probably scared you a little bit in those last couple holes.
Yeah, luckily I knew the gap I had near the end and just kind of kept to my par strategy.
How often do you play that course?
I used to play it a ton, and nowadays I really just play it 4 or 5 times. Maybe in like November if the weather's warm, but then usually just in like March.
I was going to say, it's only just recently come into playable condition, right?
Yeah, after that cleanup day we did, there was another cleanup day that really made it nice. They had like I'm going to call it a brush hog. I don't know, something that chopped down all the chest high little plants on like hole 18 and maybe a couple other holes. And that really put it into tournament shape.
So +2, is that like an average type of round or below average? How would you rate it?
It felt good on the day. I didn't really risk anything, so I maybe could have scooped up 1 or 2 strokes, but that could have also resulted in bogeys. So it felt good. I had to make a lot of 20-footers in strong wind, and I think I made all but one of them. So definitely a good day. Probably wouldn't win the Blatnick Breeze, but it would have kept me in the money probably. That kind of feeling,
Like I said earlier, he had a rough start, so you're up pretty big early.
Yeah.
It kind of it settles you in a way that you're less aggressive, so I could see that too.
Yeah, it was more of a match play mentality at that point, and yeah, he never got within a few strokes, so I was able to just keep it cool.
Heck yeah.
It started raining the second I tried to hand money out. It just, the weather knew when we were playing, and I really appreciate that.
So it stopped for the round, and then, yeah.
Yep.
That's cool. Do we know when the next monthly is?
I would guess Heiser
Yeah, probably.
is a good educated guess.
I mean, is that playable yet? For all I know, there's a foot of snow there.
Heiser's usually not playable till mid to late April.
Okay. So if it is, the monthly is at Heiser, it'd probably be like the week before. And it'd probably be like a monthly / maybe workday kind of thing.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it would have to be that Sunday because April's a tough month now. New York Team Challenge Finals, New England.
Yeah. Well, the weekend after next is the AM divisions for FDR, and that's the April 4th and 5th. I know Evan and Eric signed up for that. And then ADK Discs presents Wing It and Sling It Open at Dove Creek, sponsored by Visit Montgomery County. Has anybody figured out what else to visit? Joe, do you know anything? What do you go to Montgomery County for? What's there?
Burbine, I think was the answer last week.
I was looking for something different. But that
Anything
works.
else? Anything.
I don't go that way.
How far is that from you?
Amsterdam's probably 50 minutes.
Okay.
Something like that.
I will say I like Montgomery County for their scenic views and enjoyable off-highway country drives.
That's code for Corey can speed, but okay.
There's some curves in there and some elevation changes and lots of piles of firewood and lawn ornaments. Can we do some sightseeing?
What other events are going on up that way, Joe? Anything in April?
Yeah, we have on 4/19 is the 420 Fling Dubs at Wild West Ranch, which has been going on for a couple of years. Lots of great player packs there. Wild West Ranch is a lot of fun to play. Following weekend, also Sunday, 4/26, you have the first of 2 up here, the NADGT qualifiers, which is 1 round at Wild West and 1 round at Thousand Acres. And then, let's see, well, this is in June, but the registration is open. There's a flex on June 19th at Wild West as well.
What day of the week is that?
That's a Friday. I believe it's the same day as the CPS flex. So it might be a little
competition.
Into both directions. But
that's cool. April 25th, you got Mighty Gaw 19 and the 4th annual Riverside Rambler. Did you sign up for Mighty Gaw, Corey? Or had you decided?
Yeah, I decided I'm going to go to Mighty Gaw and I'm going to make sure I got the right shoes and everything else I need, and I'm going to have a good time.
And Jaimen, you're definitely in that, right?
Yep.
Are you going to bring an extra pair of shoes for Corey?
Probably not. I'm probably going to bring an extra pair of shoes, and if Corey ends up needing them, is another story. Sounds like he's got it.
You're like a size 13 though, right?
12.
Ooh, that's way better than having to wear Nick Carroll.
What was Nick, 9?
Whatever it was. I don't know how my feet survived, but yeah, they were tight.
Randy, have you ever played Camp Gaw?
Nope.
Any thoughts to signing up or no? Have you? Well, okay. How about this? Have you ever been to New Jersey?
I have.
Okay. Well, gotta
To
start
or
somewhere.
through?
Yeah.
I used to drink a lot and play Ultimate on the beach in Jersey, and I would play Thompson Park on the way home.
Okay.
That's literally all I've done in Jersey in terms of Frisbee things.
Not sure. I know I've heard that. I don't know if I've played that course.
Is Thompson the one with the big like radio tower?
Maybe. It's a huge like public property. Goes near a school, goes through like a town park, but it's like really long holes.
Bunch of grass with like just trees. It's like a really dumb way to describe it, but that's if you've ever played the course that I'm thinking of in New Jersey. It's just like studded with trees. It's not like a forest or anything. It's just
No,
grass.
yeah, it's like what if Central Park was really nice and really giant, like that type of yeah.
What if hole 1 and hole 2 was 50 acres?
Yeah, it's humongous. It's a really cool course, but it's like Central Jersey, I'm pretty sure. But it's like 5 minutes off the highway, so it's really convenient if you're driving through.
Yeah, it's fun. I think I've played that one. There's the reason I asked is because there's Thompson Park and then there's also Thompson Grove, Jersey.
I don't think Grove was in there.
Yeah.
So where's Camp Goff?
It's not that far into Jersey, but Mahwah, New Jersey.
Yeah.
It's not far off the Thruway. Bergen County, it's kind of where my wife kind of grew up. Not grew up, but her family's from there. So I'm kind of familiar with it.
I think it's almost a closer drive than FDR is. It's definitely closer than Warwick.
For me, it's about 45 minutes. FDR is about 50.
Yeah. It's
So-
like right over the border. If you've ever driven down the Thruway into like New York City, it's that spot where you jump off 87 onto 17 and get kind of into that like store strip.
Oh, the
Paramus.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like as soon as you get into that, it's like your first right. It's
I
right
refuse to Google it now. I'm just going to go off of that.
there. Yeah. Take a right at the gas station. You'll nail it.
Anyways, I have no plans. Haven't thought about it.
Do it.
You guys talk about it like every year, and I still just kind of like, okay.
It's an experience. The course itself, mind you, I've not played black. So, or if I did, it's only once or twice. But I find like the green and the, what's the other, blue?
Yep.
Yeah, the layouts aren't particularly challenging so much as that combined with the walk, because you're essentially hiking up and down a ski mountain. So it's kind of the whole encompassing experience is what takes it out of me. And I can't imagine doing it in really tiny shoes either. That's crazy.
only one tiny shoe.
Oh, even,
It's like rock climbing's MO is to have really small shoes. So maybe you're onto something.
Ooh, yeah, true.
And that's the other thing. There's no like smooth paths. It's all rocks and stumps, and your feet are rarely ever in a level plane except for like the T-pad.
Yeah. You'd have fun, Randy. It's like there's one hole with a really great view. It's does not feel like it's 5 minutes drive from Paramus, New Jersey. Say that much. It's a super cool spot.
On a clear day, you could see New York City and the skyscrapers.
Oh, that is kind of cool, actually.
I was going to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, can you see other states probably or no? From that direction, I don't know. You might not.
Yeah.
I guess you're already in Jersey, so you're seeing New York, so that's another state.
Yeah.
Never mind. All right. That was April. May, I got the DisCap Flex Series 2. That's Friday, May 1st. That's Mindkill, right?
Yep, we just talked about that off camera.
Yeah. And then later in May 24th, the Tower of Flowers Women's Global Event at SPW. All women and female junior divisions welcome. Registration's completely open for April Showers. When is that? Do we have a date on that? I didn't.
Same day as Mighty Golf.
Oh, It is. So that's the 25th of. Okay, great. So April 25th. Randy, are you playing that?
Well, I feel like now there's a reason I can't play either of those, but I can't remember what it is.
Is that Cosmic?
No, I don't. Wait.
Oh, I think it is. I think it's Amside.
It's Amside. That must be it. Okay, well, I'm happy now because I have something to do that weekend, and I'm not just doing it for no reason.
Less guilt. But yeah, so that's a big day. If you've got Mighty Gaw, April Showers, Cosmic, and the 4th annual Riverside Rambler. That's a busy, busy day. And then Sunday, Joe, you said what was on Sunday, the 25th of April?
26th. It's the NAGGT qualifier, Wild West 1,000 Acres. So I'll be going to that and not doing April Showers because I need to try and qualify to go to Austin again.
Heck yeah.
Gonna have a lot of talk about that Monday, Pat.
Oh, forget about it. All right. And the last thing I got here is Corey's waiting about 4 minutes for the 2026 Mindkill Disc Golf Championship registration to open, presented by Disc Golf Journey and DisCap. Jaimen, are you already in or no?
Yep, I'm in.
Yeah. Randy?
I might not play.
Might not play, or you're not even going to try to
You might not be able to play if that.
I might not be able to play.
Might.
But I didn't plan on playing.
Protesting the camping fees.
Randy's not a camper.
No, I'm not. No, I might just help out and maybe do photography and stuff.
That's cool.
Ooh, you want to help come film feature card? Whatever one I'm on.
Corey, you could probably help him film feature card. You'll be playing early enough. You'll probably be done by the time they start.
If it wasn't a shotgun start, you'd be 100% correct.
Oh, it's not on Sunday?
Oh, wait.
I was thinking final round.
Yeah, no, yeah. You're right.
I just tried to get a dig in. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. That's a good one.
Anything else? Any other events coming up? All right. As far as stuff that has already occurred, I would ask Corey about J-Dubs, but it was chilly and he's going to be busy in the next couple minutes signing up for Mindkill. But in hindsight, Corey, should you have played or no?
I would say no. It was pretty cold. I mean, maybe we would have got, I don't know if we would have got more than 4 people, to be honest.
Okay.
But I did kind of spend the time setting up UDisc and disc golf scene and bought new flags for CTPs and stuff and kind of getting all my stuff together for week 1. So
nice. Well, 2026 Shen Creek Dubs began. Jeff Wachowski posted, week 1 had a great showing, considering the cold and long walk in and out. Some new faces and a bunch of familiar ones took advantage of some pretty good conditions. We gain 8 minutes of daylight next week, but still be there by 4:30ish. I want to tee off at 4:45 sharp. Joe, you played, it looked like. How'd that go?
I did. The parking lot is still not open. The gates are still closed, so we're still parking and walking in. It was a good day, honestly. It was a lot of fun getting out. It was a little chilly, but almost aced hole 3. I actually went right over the top of the basket, hit the tree behind it, which deflected into another tree, which kicked it back towards the basket. So I technically missed acing it twice. It was a fun round. I played well. My teammate, who I just met that day, played. We complimented each other well. When I was off, he was on, and vice versa. And I think we got second. I can't remember now.
Third place.
Third, okay.
Gregory Lay or Lai?
Yep. And he actually came out on Saturday and helped out at Blatnick when we were cleaning up. So I got to see him for the second time in a week.
Looks like Cody Canine and Charles Gordon Jr. the third came in second with a -8, and Jack Fruchter and Ari Fruchter won it at -9. How far is that course for you?
I actually hit that up after my last patient. It was probably like 15 minutes away from there.
Oh,
but
nice.
from home, it is probably about 25 minutes away.
Woo! Sorry, Joe,
awesome.
I had to do that.
You got it?
It's perfectly
Yeah,
all
no,
right.
it looks like I had plenty of time.
Oh, you got in? All right.
Yeah, we good.
All good. Yeah, it's about 25 minutes away. Probably about as far away as Saratoga is, just because it's kind of right off the highway, and Saratoga's, our spa's not.
You said that you were there for work, so do you normally play Shen Dubs, or was that just a one-off?
No, I typically play there. That's one of the ones I go to a lot. Monday at Spa is a little tough with tournaments. Monday's kind of a rest day usually, so I don't make it to Spa too often. Wednesday is pretty clear and easy to get to, so that's one I go to consistently. And then Fridays at Glens Falls are tough to get to because, again, they're on Fridays, and then I have a tournament on Saturday or something, so I don't typically go to those.
Nice. And Prospect, they didn't do Dubs this week because Jay Gorsuch is in Florida or something?
I saw pictures of him in Florida, or on a beach at least.
Yeah.
I hope he's updating that TC whiteboard.
I'm sure he was.
All right. Well, we've got 3 matches that we want to go over. We got 2 New England matches and a New York Team Challenge match. Where should we start? Any suggestions?
Probably Corey and Jaimen covering the Oak. I can't think of the Oak word.
Oak Ridge. Oak geological feature.
So we got DisCap at Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge is in Massachusetts, I'm guessing?
Yep. There is one in New Jersey, though, also. I almost messed up my own directions figuring that out. So I reminded the team about that. I think it wasn't necessary, but I didn't want to, get 45 minutes away from the course and somebody go, oh, shit. But yes, Oak Ridge, Massachusetts is in Gill.
Well, and it's kind of like Springfield. There's one in a lot of places. Oak Ridge is because like I think you had mentioned in the past, there's oak trees everywhere. And maybe they tend to be on ridges. I don't know. But so for you guys, this match did it end up having anything to do with seeding?
It could have depended on the seeding a little bit, but it would have just came down to points percentage. We're at 4-3 at worst if we lost that match. So Borderland would have had to have a very, very convincing win, or the other guys would have had to have a very convincing win to take 3rd seed away from us. It's like technically possible that we get 2nd seed, but not very likely with the remaining jumps.
And as far as Oak Ridge, what does this mean for them?
Their points percentage issue was more of a relegation issue. If we beat them by a lot, there is a chance that they could have ended up in the relegation discussion more.
Okay, so there's some stuff on the line here.
Yeah, and if they won, they would have been completely out of the relegation discussion.
Oh, okay. Even better. All right. So what was your thinking going in as far as, I know that you wanted to beat them to revenge the Skoneykillers, but what about as far as head-to-head? What were you thinking?
We match up pretty well against them. They've got some really strong players at the top, but then kind of drop down really quickly into the 920s and stay there for a long time, where we kind of stay stronger through the middle and don't hit the 920s towards the end of our roster. It was one of those things where matchups-wise, I felt like we were going to be able to have a lot of strong matchups. That was kind of nice. I knew who we had and who we didn't have, and we were missing some people through the middle there, but we had like the kind of staples at the top of the people that we're looking for wins and match play with.
Did you like wake up in a cold sweat when you're thinking about Corey's matchup and be like, Gillis McDougall? Like you had to have that matchup, or was this just it happened organically?
You know, like if you ask somebody to touch their nose, they just know where their nose is. When Corey's out, the top, that's where the top guy goes.
Awesome. So Corey had that go. You had Gillis McDougall. Is that the second or third best name in the area?
I was telling him it's still the first. I have played rounds with Gillis in the past. I think maybe only at Mine Kill. So it was cool. We're both familiar with each other. Obviously, I know that he's a great player. I mean, he's got his tour card. He had recently changed manufacturer, so he's still in that kind of honeymoon phase as far as learning like what does work for him. I didn't know anything about this course other than people were calling it a bomber course, so I wasn't really sure what to expect. And going up against Gillis on a bomber course, I figured that I was completely unmatched. So we had a kind of a long walk out to our first hole. In hindsight, the hole we started on was probably one of the harder holes to birdie on the course. I think out of all the holes, I mean, my power, I can get birdie chances on most of them. So I think Gillis was throwing first, and that was kind of my litmus test to see how the round was going to go. And it's like 360, fairly uphill, pretty tough to get to. And even he came up short. So I was able to push that hole, figured, okay, if this is kind of what's going to go, as long as I kind of keep it tight, I can make it a good match. But through the first 5 or 6 holes, he had gotten 3 strokes on me. I think I had 1 or 2 chances in there, but it was pretty windy. It was tough to putt. I did get a couple holes back before we kind of made the turn. Gillis made a comment that, he was hoping that I was going to focus up and keep it a little tighter so we'd play some more holes and not have to walk all the way back from the farthest point in the course. So we get to hole 7. It's like probably 800 feet and wide open. The tee shot's pretty far downhill. I had a pretty bad drive. I had an okay second shot. I'm like 200 feet from the basket. At this point, Gillis had thrown his second shot way out of position. He wasn't going to get a birdie. So I'm like, maybe I could just push the hole. So I take my Joel Freeman Gator 3 and I kind of throw it on a forehand out to the left. And the wind carried it right into the chains. So I think at that point, Gillis was like maybe 600 feet away from me where his drive landed. So I had to make sure I gave him a little razz after smashing that big throw in his face. But by the end of it, I had lost 4 and 2, although I was happy I had actually won 4 of the holes. Even with the chances I feel like I could have had, I don't think I would have won that match, but I figured that maybe I could have got it to like 2 and 1 or 2 up or something. It was a fun round. Also played with Parker Cerrone, who played against Dan, and Parker was throwing really well. He was struggling a bit putting with the wind. He had a couple 3-putt situations, but he kept it together and had a great match and won his match 3-1. So came back Tournament Central, splitting the card, so not too bad.
Not to foreshadow any kind of a theme for the day, but was you split the card. Okay. Jaimen, who'd you play? Brian L?
Yep, Brian Lake.
How'd that go?
It went pretty good. Brian is a guy that I've actually played with a lot in the early years. He's like a Southern New Hampshire guy, so I've played with him at Vermont tournaments and a couple of the New England things when he used to play a lot more. Very smooth player, makes a lot of putts. He was not making putts at the beginning of the round, so I was able to kind of get a few up on him. But as he started heating up, he was hitting more and more putts. So I was lucky to usually have shorter putts than him, or he was like hitting putts to stay with me rather than take strokes on me. So I was kind of able to ride it out. That one really went to the bitter end. I ended up winning 1 up on the last hole because we pushed it. So It was a good battle. Yeah, it was nice playing with him. We played with Matt Cully and the other Dan. There's two Dans, Dan V and Dan C, and I can't remember who's who.
You played Dan C.
Okay, Dan C played Matt Cully, and they had a very back and forth match as well. Dan was a lefty forehand, and he probably had like 375, maybe 400 feet of distance on his forehand, and just like straight line distance. So he was a lot better than his rating said. He's one of those guys that plays that course every day. So Cully put up a really good fight. He was doing really well, but when you're playing somebody who knows the course that well, any little mistake you make is going to be amplified. That's just kind of what did Matt in at the end of the day. Just, small mistakes here or there that against anybody else, probably totally fine. But against that guy, there was pretty unforgiving.
Yeah, and they played all 18 as well. So both matches were pretty close. Corey said he hadn't played this, right? Is that correct, Corey? You said you hadn't played this course?
Yep, I've never been there before.
What about you, Jaimen? How often have you played this one?
I played this course a few years ago, blind in a tournament, like the day before this Sunstein Open. It must have been May-ish. No idea what year it was. But so I'd played there before a couple rounds, and it was mostly the same as it was before, if not exactly the same. But yeah, it's a fun track. A lot of long throws. One wooded hole that, because it's surrounded by 17 open holes, seems really scary. But if it was on a wooded course, it would just be another wooded hole.
All right. And so another split card. So looks like Adam Nelson got a win, Kat Chacha, Caitlin Clay, Corey mentioned Parker Cerrone, Justin Michelli, and Troy Vasari got wins. Ethan Hatters, Peter Hodge, Jaimen, and Tucker, the Koala, all got wins. And through singles, it's 10-10. We're all tied up.
Big props to Ethan on his win. Ethan got matched up against one of their top guys, Jerry Showman, who's one of their 2,000 rated players. Corey played the other one, and Ethan kind of made him look silly. So I feel bad for Jerry, and I understand how he feels.
Oh, I thought you were saying Ethan made Corey look silly for beating the 1,000 rated player.
No, Ethan made Jerry look silly.
All right. What's their spread like? Any good?
Yeah, they have an indoor building, which is nice. At the very least, at this day, it kept us out of the wind. Yeah, no, they had a couple of unlabeled beers, so those were going to be good. A couple of things of mac and cheese, different kinds. They had a hot dog roller, so the glizzies were flying, and people were loving those. I don't know if Gillis makes his own pickles. Everyone kept talking about have some of Gillis's pickles. I don't know if he just brought them or if he actually manufactures them. There was 2 things of monkey bread, which I haven't had monkey bread in forever, so that was pretty good. And someone had brought like Chick-fil-A chicken minis for breakfast.
You had mentioned a bunch of stuff there, and I didn't take notes, but I do have a couple questions. Looks like Jaimen's offline, so the one for him can wait. But you mentioned unlabeled beers. Why is that good?
Because they're not wasting money on advertising.
Okay. I thought that meant like they were home brews or something.
No, they were like 16-ounce like metal cans with no labels on them.
They're rejects from a brewery that couldn't go to market.
Oh, that would explain it. Apparently, they were labeled, so they weren't in like a box, but they were in like the bottom part of a box. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like basically a piece of cardboard with some rails on it. And I think that was labeled. There was like a darker beer and I guess an IPA. I only grabbed one. It was like a brown ale or something, but it was good.
Okay, another thing you brought up. Do you normally call hot dogs glizzies, or are you just doing that because of the Costco guy?
Someone's going to appreciate it that I'm calling because the Costco guy. I didn't actually see that, but I did hear talk about it.
Okay. He's a glizzy guzzler?
Yeah. Usually that's what we call Kyle, but...
Right? Okay. I was going to ask Jaimen because you said mac and cheese. He's probably got a reboot right now. The only other thing I could think of from what you had said earlier, and this was based on your round, you said it was very windy. It says here 40.8 degrees with 10.5 mile an hour winds. And I know he's in Florida enjoying his vacation, but maybe at a spot for gusts. Like it gusts up to, because that...
Yeah, no, 10 miles an hour. What was the last thing that we did that it was super gust? Oh, like when we had our New York Team Challenge match against Minekill. That was pretty gusty. I don't think it was that windy. It probably gusted to like 20 at certain points, but...
Okay, so there's not a huge difference between what's posted and what happened. Okay.
No, I think the biggest difference, it was just like the difference in elevation and like the number of like death putts where like if you miss the basket, you're going to also go down like an embankment. So there's like kind of like more risk to it to blow in your windy putt.
So the course actually made the wind seem worse, kind of.
Yeah, and you're trying to throw like some big shots. So if your nose angle is off, you're going to be in tough positions, and there's some OB you have to worry about. But for the most part, it was a fairly open course. Like probably 15 of the holes are pretty wide open, so you kind of had some wiggle room as far as your accuracy or what the wind does with it.
Nice. Corey had mentioned they had mac and cheese, so I wanted to get your rating.
It was good. They had 2 of them. One of them was better than the other one, but I think I also got to the other one like right at the bottom, so it's not its best.
Wait, which one was the better one? The one by the door or the one on the further table?
The one in the Big Lodge cast iron is the one that I couldn't really tell because it was like only at the bottom when I got there. The one at the door was solid.
The first one you're talking about, I feel like they made macaroni and cheese with like spiral pasta salad type macaroni. It's weird. I mean, it tasted fine. It wasn't elbows, so it's kind of weird.
The part that I got didn't seem super mixed. Like I was like, okay, I can see the ingredients, which is not always necessarily what you're looking for. But the thing, everything I had in their spread was really good. The thing that was like super confusing for me was their chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, the cookies that had 2 dots of chocolate.
It was like a normal chocolate chip cookie, except every one had 2 chocolate chips that were perfectly placed, and that's it. It's not like there was a bunch of them and then there were 2 in the same spot. It was only 2 in the same spot on all the cookies.
Now, were they like those? You seen those cookies with like the Hershey Kiss on them? Were they big chocolate chips, or were they just normal sized chocolate chips?
They were like a third of the size of a chocolate chip. Actually, they were super small.
They were like morsels. Is that what you call them? Chocolate morsels.
Yeah, I don't know. They were like, it was like the chocolate chips you might put on like a sundae. They're like really tiny.
Yeah. That seems like chocolate chip rationing, if you ask me.
Yeah, I was confused. I was honestly like thinking back to Flat Rock. I was nervous that they were going to be special or something. I thought there was something in there.
That's a good point.
Like, this is a very specific way to mark something. Why would you do this?
Yeah, because typically you mix in the chips with the cookie, and one cookie could have more, the other one could have less. It's not. Yeah, so this was done post batter making or cookie dough making.
Oh yeah. That's
crazy.
Yeah, it's they were good. They were not very chocolatey, but they were good.
All right, so 10-10. What are you thinking at this point? Is that kind of in the range of what you thought might be possible?
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a pretty close match because this match was like pretty low on the severity scale of like, how we needed to prepare and stuff. We didn't have really many people go out and practice the course beforehand. So the majority of the team was seeing it for the first time. So I knew it was going to be close, and I knew it could be anywhere within, 3 points ahead to 3 points behind kind of. So that was exactly what I was expecting is what happened. So that was nice. And then I felt really good going into doubles because with the higher rated team, we're just going to be able to put out more higher rated teams. We're going to have an easier time with that. They are matching against them. So I was feeling pretty good.
Absolutely. And I mean, so it sounds like 10-10, considering a lot of people playing it blind, that's almost like a win.
Yeah, I think so. I think that, if we had people go out there, or, people have a chance to go out there, I think we could have been anywhere up to like 4 points ahead maybe. But just going out there cold, that was a pretty cool thing. This is a course that they play all the time. It's that's kind of always how I measure myself as a disc golfer, and our team as a team is that if we can go out and, do what we need to do on a course that the other team knows significantly better than us, then that's awesome. I'm always happy to see that.
Heck yeah. So your matchups and dubs, it probably didn't change much from your initial thinking.
Not too much. The one real big curveball that they threw at us was they threw out a mixed pair. So we only had 2 women. Actually, that's a story in itself. We were supposed to have 3 women, but Marcia went out and practiced the day before and stepped on a spike in the ground and cut her foot up. So
it was like the remnants of like a sponsorship T-sign frame, like those thin metal frames that would have like one of those plasticky signs on it.
Yeah, their T signs were on those. So it was like it was a lawn sign. Those like little wire frames that you stomp into the ground.
Frame, yeah, there you go.
It had broken off in the ground on one of the holes, and she just stepped right on it.
Goodness.
Yeah, so that was rough. So we only had 2 women. We were originally going to have 3, so that was part of my calculus that I had to kind of adjust Friday night. But the big thing was they threw out first in doubles because it made sense, and the thing that I had not anticipated is them throwing on a mixed card. I figured it would be Kat Chacha, who was covering for Jess, and Kate Clay playing together, and the first thing they did was throw out Sam Lord and Teresa Bogan. So that caught me off guard. I kind of had to collect my thoughts for a minute there and figure out what the heck I was going to do. So I shuffled a couple things around and I put myself and Kat Chacha out against them.
And you had a singles as well?
Yeah. So, that's another. Tucker had to leave early. So I told the other team that, hey, we're going to have to sit somebody first round because we're going to have one person less in the second round. And in New England Team Challenge, that's the rule, that if you have less points in the second round, it needs to be made up for by a penalty point, or it should be made up for with a penalty point unless both teams agree not to. And they were like, we're not going to dock you for that. You can just have everybody play as many rounds as they can. And that's cool. So they were very nice about that. So we were short one person. So there was only 19 points on the table for the entire second round instead of 20 like round one. And Justin Muccelli was also needed to kind of get out of there, so I put him out for singles, even though the math on that says that singles doesn't matter. If you've got a bunch of doubles, that singles point cannot change anything outcome wise. It can only change the percentage.
We're going to come back to this though, because I know, like, from my checking, you guys were on the same card with Justin.
Yep.
Okay, so I know you guys finished last, so we'll cover you guys last. If that's cool?
Yeah.
Okay, because I got a couple comments from my perspective as well. So Corey, you played with it looks like Dave Koch. How'd that go?
Yeah, I played with David.
Looks like a barn burner.
Yeah, we played a ton of rounds together, so we kind of get each other's game pretty well. We played against another guy named Corey, so obviously instinctually I had a red in my eyes. I just wanted to kill this guy.
Well, no, but he spells his name right though.
I know. So I had to give him some points for that, but it didn't change anything. It's a big course, but there was still only room for one Corey. His other teammate was Dan V, who I watched Parker Cerrone play in singles. Not knowing how Corey played, I figured me and David had a great shot against Dan in particular. Not that he's a bad player, but just, I figured me and David would be able to kind of coast through it a little bit. I did not expect that we would play as well as we did. The front nine, we kind of scrapped together a few birdies. At that point, we were kind of already up like probably 3 strokes. We get to hole 1, which is like 250 downhill. There's a pond like inside circle 1, but really shouldn't be a problem. I did the same thing I did round 1 as far as how I threw it, and came up short somehow and put it in the pond, and basically told David, like, do whatever you want, just don't do that. And then he did that. He also put it in the pond. So me and David are both OB. Corey and Dan are up. They both put it in the pond. So probably the second easiest hole in the course, I would say. All 4 of us put it in the pond and had a drop zone putt, basically, which is like a circle 2. I'd say jump putt, but if you jump, you're going to be in the pond. So circle 2 putt, try safe par. We all bogeyed it like boneheads. From there, though, me and David just popped off. We birdied every hole from hole 2 through hole 9, and just had a very comfortable 11 down to 2 over doubles match. I think at one point we were kind of fighting for a hot round, but that bogey really kind of screwed us over.
Well, it looks like the junior card, Ethan and little AB, got the hot round with a -12. And they actually, you could argue, needed it. Their opponents had a -9, so at least it was, a competition. You guys probably, after about 5 or 6 holes, were playing each other. That's tough. A -11 is really good. It's tough to do that when your opponents aren't doing that.
Yeah, and they were good guys, and I know there's certain times where, like, I'm pulling out a rangefinder to see how far the basket is. One, because it's a pretty wide open course, so you lose that perspective, and like I still want to throw good shots, but at one point I'm like, I feel kind of like a douchebag right now, like pulling out my rangefinder and trying to really layer it on. But no, they were cool guys. Good day.
Use it when you can. It's the only reason Evan beat me at FDR this weekend, right, Evan?
Woo woo. That might have been the actual only reason, yeah.
No, I'm teasing. A couple other matches. We had, looks like Peter Hodge and Troy Vasari got a win. Parker Cerrone and Matthew Cully. I mentioned earlier, we got the Jaimen card, the 6, the mixed card, and the singles. Everything else was 8-8. So we had 10-10 in singles, 8-8 in doubles. So it really comes down to Jaimen's card.
You say this, but
you
don't have to go back and re-edit anything. But it's actually a better story when you realize that Parker and Cully's card were the last card to come in.
Was it? Because that's not how I saw it. I saw that everything was done and Jaimen and them had 3 or 4 holes left.
Actually, Jaimen, you might be able to correct me on that. But I think at that point, when all said and done, everyone was watching Whiteboard. We were watching Parker and Cully's match. And Jaimen might have been back by then. I'm not sure.
No, it was whenever I'm looking at the whiteboard, I'm looking at what teams are close in score and how many holes do they have left. If there's a team that's 4 holes left and they're 2 up, I see that as almost a lock-in. So what I was watching was, because I was really only like a hole or two and behind Cully and Parker. So I was watching them come down to the wire, and they were tied with like maybe 4 holes left to go. So that one was a nail biter. But as far as the last one to come in, it was those 2 guys. If my card looked like it was the last one to come in, that's because the guy behind the keyboard is an idiot with me.
I was going to say somebody was slow entering the score. But either way, I mean, I guess I kind of spoiled the Parker and Cully win, but they won by 2 strokes. So how was your round with Kat?
It was great. Kat and I played Am Worlds doubles in like 2015, so we've always had our nickname as Team Seafoam. So it was nice to kind of to play together.
Wait, Team Seafoam?
Why is that? Yeah, I was going to
think
ask.
It's just the color we wore that day.
Oh,
but it's like 10 years old now, so it's stuck.
You weren't like trying to like clean out your fuel injection system or dump a little bit in the oil and kind of get some cleaning action going? Or
as far as I've always known, it's just a reference to the color. So it was nice to get around in again. But we started off pretty rocky. Started off on 16, which is the same one Corey started on the first round, which is like, I think it's got to be July for people to birdie that hole. Like, you got to be in pretty good disc golf shape, really uphill. We didn't do that. 17, we didn't do anything on. And then 18, we were looking at losing our first stroke. It's kind of like a Heiser Creek style hole, way downhill, nothing in the way. You screw it up if you don't know how to throw a drive downhill. It was really windy, so I didn't know how to drive downhill on that one. And I threw an OB right, and then my next approach shot from Kat's lie went super left behind this giant willow tree that wasn't going to be able to get out and up from there. So we're taking both of our shots from Kat's lies, and we finally get our third shot to within like 80 to give us, like a outside chance at some kind of a par. And Kat steps up, tries to lay it up. According to her, I think it was a run, but throws it in regardless what she was trying to do. So keeps us going there. And then hole 1 and hole 2, we lose a stroke on both of those. So at that point, I'm looking at the scores already, and I'm seeing a lot of green on their side and not a lot of green on ours, thinking, oh shit, like this match could be very important, and we're 2 strokes behind. That's not what I want to see. And you can only control your own match. So we kind of refocused and just kept pushing, and it didn't take long for us to start gaining ground back. We got a stroke on hole 4, we got one on hole 5, we got one on hole 7, we got one on hole 8, and all of a sudden we're 2 up with less than half the course in front of us. So we're starting to feel pretty good about it. And we just kind of like went from there. I think we got 1 or 2 more strokes on them, and then on the very last hole they took 1 on us because we didn't get out of the chute. But from my point of view, our match was a comfortable lock with a couple holes left to go, and I was just watching Cully and Parker.
And Justin almost eked out his.
It must have been that 19 on the last hole. No. Justin was in 100%. This doesn't matter. And to his credit, I think he did a lot for the team just by being thrown out, because they, for some reason, threw out a fairly strong player who shot 4 under on his own. If he was playing a doubles card, he could have been a really deciding factor. I think he would have beat some of our double teams on his own. So him playing a 1-point match that was mathematically, it was irrelevant. Impossible. Yeah, it was irrelevant. Thank you. That played a big part in it.
All right. So you guys ended up winning doubles 10-9 and win it 20-19. You had mentioned earlier that you guys had 1 less person. Do you think they get, I don't know, does that bother them that point, or were they cool? I don't know how that works.
They were pretty cool. I don't think that they were too upset with it. If push came to shove, I think Tucker would have made it, and he would have been. I think he's a pretty big team player. So if I had been like, "Hey man, I'm like pretty sure we're going to be done in time. Like, do you mind sticking around?" He would have done that, and then we probably would have won by more, because Tucker's a really good player.
That's true.
So I don't think they're regretting it all. Not knowing the team, I will say I 100% screen captured the messenger message from them saying, "Oh no, we're not going to penalize you," just for a little insurance, not knowing them. But now that I've met them, I'm not worried.
Well, and you said that they would have had to have been blown out to get relegated, or are they still in danger of relegation? How's that work?
It looks like they're mostly out of the danger zone. The biggest factor now is the 2 teams vying for first place, Devils and Maple, are playing the 2 teams that are most likely right now to get relegated. So Maple and Devils are likely to come up with the same record, so they need to beat the team that they're playing as handily as they can to try and get their own points percentage up. So I think that's going to come into play. I don't see either team really taking their foot off the gas. I think that they want the brag in the first place. And probably, I don't think either one of those teams wants to see us first round. If they're in first place, they have a much easier path to the second round. So I think that they're going to be playing pretty hard. So with that in mind, one of the teams already has a lower percentage than Oak Ridge. So as long as that keeps up, Oak Ridge should be safe in 6th position.
That could be bad for Jim Coyle in Rhode Island.
Yes, they have a very slim chance at getting out of relegation. I'd call them relegated.
So you guys are pretty set in third at this point?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, because even if those two teams ahead of you lose the points percentage, I mean, that's for one match. That seems, at least, like you had mentioned earlier, that's a big chunk of percentage they'd have to lose.
Yeah, at this point, especially with this many points into points percentage by this time of the year, it would be pretty hard.
All right. Is it the second weekend in April is finals?
Yep, I think it's the 11th.
And where are you playing?
We were playing at mile marker 63. I almost said Oak Ridge. They're both long bombers.
That's where you were at, Evan, right?
We're at Oakhome.
Oh, I thought you said something about mile marker 63 for some reason. All right.
We stopped in mile marker on the way home.
Oh, that might be it. All right. So our other match we had over in the D pool, Wedge against Skoneykillers at Wilcox. How'd that go, Alex?
It went pretty well. Wilcox is a nice location for both teams, right down the Taconic either way. Loved playing there. Forecast was a little bit iffy. Had a little bit of worries in the morning when it was cold and potential rain and snow issues, but that cleared up pretty quick. No real spread concerns because it's a neutral. Brought my own snacks. The only thing that people were really worried about was we had to make sure we were in the route to get to the hatchet holes before 4 o'clock, just to make sure we didn't get locked in the park, which also didn't really end up being a factor. So all the non-disc golf factors seem to be lining up pretty well for us.
Since there's not a lot to talk about spread-wise, I can just ask this question now and get it out of the way. Is there any place nearby to get something if you didn't prepare?
Not really. I want to say there's, a gas station or two that's, 5-10 minutes away, but it's not something I would want to rely on by any means.
There's the classic Dunkin' Donuts gas station.
Yeah.
Okay. Randy, what did you do for lunch?
I had Stewart's that I, bought in the morning on the way up. But there were cookies. There were some wonderful cookies.
Who could have brought cookies?
I don't know. No, we did Uncrustables and also brought Twix cookies just to keep spirits up as much as possible because we know going into this, if we lose, it's guaranteed relegation.
Yeah.
Wedge had originally told us they were at like 21-2 or something like that, and we had 18 players. So we're like, all right, well, if there's people we can bring in to try and match that, then that's not a bad plan. But we didn't end up getting anybody who doesn't consistently play for us to play that weekend.
Wait, I'm looking at the Wedge site. All these names are so familiar, it's hard
right?
to determine which one to look for. It looks like they pulled Maori out of mothballs. So they were pulling every stop out. Oh, you played Adam Gutman. How'd that go?
I did. It was going really well. I dropped a couple of holes early. We started on hole 10, a couple of awkward putts, and he made some really nice putts to get some birdies. He went birdie, 10-11, and I went par. Just never where you want to be. Those are both definitely birdieable holes, especially we're playing from reds all day. So I was feeling a little bit rough about that, but I was able to grab a couple back as we kept going. We were playing the main 18 for round 1. So, no hatchet, no beach. As we kept going, I grabbed a couple holes back. I had a really big putt on 18 that took me a hole, and a really big putt on 5 is the downhill one to get me a birdie there and bring me to even. Hole 6 is a pretty open shot uphill on a little rock mound thing. So if you miss your putt, you're not exactly in good position to make your comebacker. I probably had 35 feet on that hole, and I'm coming off of a nice big putt on 5. So I'm kind of feeling like going for it, but I'm playing with JP, and he's just like, nope, you don't want any of that. Adam and I are tied up at this point. There's a lot of opportunity, or, not a lot of opportunities, but there's 3 holes left. We're tied. It's nothing I need to force. So laid up there, took that push. Hole 7, he ends up probably 35 feet, hits front cage, drops right down. So he's parked for par. I am off to the right, so I've got a death putt. This is a basket that's right on the edge of a cliff. And if you go over the cliff, again, tough comebacker. Very makeable putt, one that I would expect myself to make most of the time. But unfortunately, I missed it. I want to blame the breeze. Whether or not the breeze was part of it, I'm sure it was part of it. But I also just sailed that putt. It went right over the top. It wasn't particularly close. Ended up losing that hole and then hit first available on hole 8 to lose the match. So not feeling great after that one. A real tight match, fun playing against him, but really feel like I could have done a lot better.
Adam Gutman, he's good disc golfer there. You played with John J.P. Hafner and Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin Lopez. I'm not super familiar with him, but nice guy. No issues there. JP's a local, effectively at this. He plays for the Widowmakers, and he's wearing his Widowmakers hoodie instead of his Skoneykillers hoodie, which that's a choice when we're backs against the wall. But if it works for you. He was a little bit more in control for most of his match. I want to say he was either up 1 or up 2 for pretty much the entirety of the match. Maybe he dropped 1 or 2 points as the round went on, but he was pretty comfortably in the driver's seat for the entire time, and he ended up winning on the same hole that I lost on. So nothing too crazy there.
All right, so we got a split
card. Yep.
Who'd you play, Randy?
I played Fancy Pants Chris Lucier, who I kind of forgot the real name of for a while and just thought he was Fancy Pants.
I just want to say sometimes a name is so fitting that it has no other option than to just stick.
How were your pants, Randy?
My pants were water resistant and boring.
Well, let's see who wins, boring or fancy. How'd that go?
It started off on 16, which is uphill and wooded, and the basket is up on a ridge. This is a hole normally I usually have a birdie look on. It's, throw it up the middle, lay up, take a birdie. Instead, I threw it as hard as I could, and I kicked really, really far left. And Chris was not very far left. And then I tried to get out of there, and I hit something else, and I went further left. And I did that like 2 more times to the point where I was basically where a bad shot from the next hole would land. So I conceded because I was on track for like an 8 or a 9, and Chris was like tapping in for a par. So I didn't start great, but I got really warmed up. And then from there, I proceeded to play really clean. It was windy enough for me throwing a little bit further, getting in putting range. I was able to lay up sometimes when I was at no risk of losing the hole, and that worked. Chris's putt really struggled in the wind. He took another one on me with he hit a really big putt, but I was just pretty much able to throw good tee shots, hit my makeable putts, and coming down the end, it was another time this year where we weren't dormy, and I didn't really think about the scenario we were in, and I hit a pretty good putt on 11, which is a really relatively short hole, and he's just like, all right, good game, and walks off, and I just didn't even realize the round was going to be over. So yeah, it was a good round. I was focused and did everything I had to do to win it pretty easily.
You're like a New York Team Challenge captain, Randy, and all these
this dude just don't learn.
I wasn't keeping score again. I don't know.
The Beacon match, Ryan Nelson and Nick Terlavoro, looks like it was pretty tight. What do you know about that one?
Yep. So I stayed with them. That was a super fun card. I forgot about that. One of the most fun cards I've had in a long time. Chris was saying some profanities while Ryan and Nick were throwing. That was hilarious. They were battling. They traded a lot. Every time Ryan got up one, Nick would answer pretty much. Yeah, I don't know. It came down to 14 is this big downhill hole, and the wind was really ripping, and I was very happy that I was done already. And Ryan threw an okay shot, and Nick threw his just so that the bottom of the disc got hit by the wind, and it just, he just didn't have a chance to get a birdie. I think he tried to throw one in, but it was a tough way to see it end after they were keeping it really close the whole way.
Since Ryan wasn't on your team, did you actually bring some beers for him before the first round?
Oh, yeah. So he was not allowed to bring whiskey. So Nick brought a flask, and Ryan caved instantly. It was Cooper's Daughter Black Walnut, which I think is my new favorite bourbon. So yeah, no, we had that. It was really good. Ryan was not wasted by any means, but it was funny that he was like, no whiskey today. And we're like, what about if we gave you some? But yeah, awesome card to be on. Really fun.
All right. Let's see. For you guys, looks like Joe Jaskolka, Austin Swartout, Tyler Calzada, as mentioned before, John J.P. Hafner, Max Horowitz, Joe Jelinas, Chad Larson, Randy, Alden Slack, Thomas Rascona, and Kathleen Bemis all got wins. So you're 11.5 to 8.5 after singles.
I do want to call out my mom was able to take the push off Alyssa Denson, and that was a pretty significant mismatch. I want to say she's 870-ish rated, which is, obviously very good. And so having my mom take that push, that was a good one to get.
Heck yeah. We mentioned the spread. So you're up 3 points going into doubles. You're thinking is points percentage be damned. You're just thinking you got to win, right? So
Yeah.
What's the strategy?
So 3 points is a really awkward number to be up by. Luckily, not worrying about singles makes things a little bit easier. But basically, if we had gotten a half point more to put us up by 4, because if we get an extra half point, they'd be down an extra half point. That would have been really big. The way it works is, in doubles, you'll either get 10 and 10 points, but then the next one down would be 12 and 8 points. So that's a 4-point swing. It's just, the way the numbers ended up working out, if we had gotten just a little bit more points, and I'm, looking at my own match the entire time, that things would have been a little bit easier when it comes to doubles. That being said, having any lead at all is big, because if we go even in doubles, which it's kind of shaping up to look like, that's what's available, we still take the win and we're feeling pretty good. But yeah, would have been real nice if I had been able to get just a half a point out of mine instead of making 2 major errors at the end. Yeah, we looked at potentially doing a couple of mixed cards, or mixing up some consistent partners, but in the end we just ended up going with pretty much all the classics. We're looking at things like John Hafner and Nick T are pretty much undefeated, if not completely undefeated in doubles. I know Sam and I can play well at this course. We've got a bunch of Wilcox locals that can really shred, so we're feeling pretty good about our odds in doubles.
According to TC Whiteboard, John Hafner 6-0 in doubles, Nick Terravoro 7-0 in doubles. So you kept it close, Kevin Lopez and Chris Lucier, but they got you by 1 to maintain their undefeated season, right? Yeah, that was their last match of the season. So good work, John JP, don't call me Josh Hafner, and Nick Terravithia.
I was talking to them at the end, and apparently they were back by like 2 or 3 strokes with just a handful of holes left, and they were able to really lock in and get those last few birdies to take the win.
And they were one of 3 teams to have the hot round in doubles, and 2 of the 3 needed it to win. So that's just foreshadowing. But Randy, you played with Tyler. How'd that go?
All right, so I forgot to say that I shaved a mustache for this to match Tyler for the last match of the year.
I've not really seen you with facial hair.
I grow wonderful red facial hair.
Oh.
Yep. So
I used to, now it's all white. The drawback to red facial hair is it turns white a lot quicker than brown facial hair. Just giving you a warning for a few years down the line. I'm sorry, go ahead.
But no, yeah, I grew a beard since like Christmas basically, and then I turned it into a mustache for this. So it was substantial. And then on the drive up, Kat was like, I think we should probably split you and Tyler up. You guys haven't like won all season. And I'm like, you could have told me that before I did a mustache for this. And then she gave me no hints. And then when I saw that me and him were playing together, I was very relieved. It would have been silly to have done that. So we had to not only prove that we could just win a match, but we had to do like a really good job so Kat would not split us up in the future. And yeah, we played like it. We played against Mike Smith and Rob Worrell, both awesome guys. Mike shared some beer. I played with Rob a few times before. Super fun. We big putted them like a bunch of times. Like they really weren't playing bad, but then pretty early, me or Tyler, we were just making like 40, 50 footers. It was unreal. Like I can usually do that once or twice a round, and I did it like 4 times. It felt awesome. I felt bad for them because they were always somehow a little closer and then probably missed or something. So yeah, we ended up kind of crushing them, but really fun round.
Yeah, and you guys had the other hot round, the second of 3, 47. That's crazy. Alex, you played with Sam Richter?
Yeah. And that was sort of the switch that we were thinking of, was with Sam and I not having played as well against Queen City, and Randy and Tyler being a little bit less consistent than they have been in the past. We were thinking potentially switching some things up. So it was either going to be like me and Randy, or like me and Tyler and then Sam and Randy, or something like that. But the way it worked out, we didn't end up switching anything. So a lot of discussion about nothing. But.
And then you got matched up against Antonio Albert and Sean Ryan, the young bucks on the wedge team.
Oh, yeah, we were a throw, and they responded with some strong players there.
When I say young bucks, I mean anybody under 40 is a young buck for wedge. So
yeah, right. Yeah. And Sean Ryan's an ex-Skoneykiller, so we knew he was capable of doing some good things. We also knew he was a little bit less consistent, but we also knew Antonio's one of the most consistent players out there. So we didn't think it was going to be easy. We started on hole 11, and we went birdie on 11-12, so immediately feeling better there, and then missed a putt on 13 for the turkey. We were both kind of regretting that one. It was definitely definitely one we could have made 20 feet approximately. One of us got lifted into the cage, or lifted into the band, the other hit the cage. Always rough. But we were able to sort of hold on to that 2-stroke lead for a good chunk of the time. Every once in a while they'd get one back, and then we'd get one back, going back and forth there. But on the hatchet, we started to pull away. Hatchet hole 9 is a particularly difficult hole, in my opinion. It's way up on top of a hill, really kind of requires a specific shape to get up there and stick up there. And Sam had a really great forehand that filtered through the trees and stuck up on top. And then I followed it up with a nice shot that got air bounced up into right where it needed to be. So we took that one, and we were up 9-6 with holes 18 and 10 left to go. And we were basically just protecting the lead at that point. We had 3 strokes on them. There's OB on both of the holes. We're just like par, and we're feeling good. And that's what we did. We were able to take our pars. They got a birdie on 18 and then went for the eagle on 10 and ended up just getting their par. So feeling pretty good about that one. We were one of the first ones done. So I came back, started filling out the board, trying to get any amount of service I could. But we knew we just needed 5 wins to lock things in. And 5 of the first 6 results that were able to come back were wins for us. So I didn't have to stress for too long this time.
Yeah, you guys were a couple strokes off the hot round, but the other one was Alden Slack and John Tamburino shot a -11, and Kyle Young and Derek Yarrow shot -10. So that they needed that -11. A lot of really good scores on this. I don't know, was it a very scoreable layout, would you say, or no?
Yeah, I would say Reds with the hatchet and the back 9, I wouldn't say it's like hyper scoreable. It's not a birdie or die by any means, but it's definitely a course where there's a lot of birdies out there, especially on some of the par 4s. They're a little bit softer than some of either the blue holes or, the front 9 holes. There are birdies out there to get. And when you got players who know the course and players who play as well as, everybody on the course at this point, you expect some scores like that, I think.
Yeah. Looks like Joe Gelinas and Tom Ruscona shot -10 to win. I mentioned already Alden and John. Chad Larson and Travis Bashore shot -9 and got a win over Evan Keogh and Brad Dahl. That's a good matchup. Max Horowitz and Steve Tiska beat Adam Walsh and Robert Bennett by a stroke.
You start looking down these scores, and the number of matches that were 1 stroke or, playoff or, anything there, it was really close. And I'm glad we came out on the good side of those matchups. But, a gust of wind and suddenly you're looking at a tie or a playoff or anything there. So really glad we were able to get those.
Yeah, it looks like Kathleen Bemis and Carly Calzada, they lost by a stroke, but who got the ace? Do we know?
You want to say it, Randy?
Yeah, so it was Kat's last throw of the season, final hole, downhill hole, 17. And yeah, she just put it in. She said it was just, kind of right on in there. No question. She kind of freaked out. She was riding that high. She might still be, but like the whole way home, every once in a while, she'd be like, man, I hit that ace. I'm so happy.
Is she in the ace pot?
She is in the ace pot, and I don't think anyone has hit it yet, but there are some matches remaining. So
okay,
it's a pretty penny, I think, if it's just her.
We could hear it because it was hole 17, and most people are gathered right at hole 18's tee pad, so it's not too far away. We couldn't see it, but we heard the cheer go up, and we're like, oh, that's something big. That's got to be an ace, and got confirmation, and we're all cheering, and could hear the responses to us cheering across the way. So it was a pretty cool moment.
Looks like Alyssa Denson and Laura Gutman got the win for wedge. Ryan Nelson and Eric Bowers and Silvio Sanchez and Adam Gutman took them 2 extra holes, but they were able to beat Austin Swartout and Kevin Gordon. But final result for Dubs, 14-6 for a total of 25.5 to 14.5. So what's the fallout here?
Yeah, it was a bigger gap than we were, knock on wood, hoping for. Wedges, overall a team that we like playing against, not too far travel either way. We know those guys for the most part. Outside of us winning, the hope was for things to be a little bit closer in doubles. But as things played out, it was a little bit farther away. As we end up driving home, because nobody's got signal in Wilcox, or at least I don't, we start trying to find the results for the Newton Hill versus Bare Bottoms match, because that's basically what matters. If Newton Hill loses by more than Wedge loses, then Newton Hill will move down, and if they don't, then Wedge will move down.
And at that point, the Newtons, they were 2-4. They were playing the Bare Bottoms, you say?
Yeah.
Who were 5-1.
Yeah, 5-1 team. So, the general thought was this match favors bare bottoms. There's slight questions because I don't think there's any way the bare bottoms could have clawed their way into first place just because of the points percentage for Dacey. But, it's trying to figure out, do bare bottoms have anything to play for? It's a pretty long trip from Vermont down to Newton Hill. Are they going to travel with all their stronger players? And after round 1, it's 11.5 to 6.5 in favor of bare bottoms. So we're feeling like, they're probably going to be fine. And if that keeps up, then Newton's probably going to be the team to drop. And then we were able to find the doubles results. And it turns out Newton Hill was able to come back and win the match. So winning the match definitely kills any chance of Wedge staying up. That gets Newton Hill to 3 wins. The Crane Toads, which are definitely moving down, and then Wedge and Skoneykillers at 2 wins as the other contenders to move down. And obviously we've got the better points percentage. So we ended up being safe, and it looks like Wedge is moving down.
You guys won 2 matches all year, and you have a 49.64 points percentage. That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we won almost half the points that were available. And the only teams that were better than us in points percentage were teams that were 5-2 or better. So,
and correct me if I'm wrong, but you had 2 sudden deaths, right? Like where you had 2 matches that you tied like the full match, and you almost had a third.
Yeah.
Wasn't there one that was like 1 result off?
Yeah, the Queen City match. If we had flopped any of our doubles matches, it would have resulted in a overall playoff. So yeah, no, it's tight. I feel like at that points percentage is a pretty good indication that I don't feel like we should have been in relegation contention. That being said, results still matter. You got to actually win the matches. So Absolutely. You can't just go off that. But yeah, super proud of the team for pulling that one off. And yeah, looking forward to see who's moving up and who's coming down.
It looks like singles, you guys are 51.1%. So you're above 500 in singles. I blame Randy for doubles, 48.2%.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
me. There's a couple of names out there that didn't do so well in doubles, including myself and Sam. I feel like we definitely could have played a little bit better in doubles, but that's how it goes. And yeah, we're safe. We don't have to go to finals and play 3 matches and lose like we did last year. So I think most of us are pretty happy with the overall result.
All right, Alex, we know you're completely done with Team Challenge, right? You're done with Chatham Hill and you're done with the Skoneykillers for the year. I mean,
Correct.
Not like
yeah.
Randy, we know you're done with the Skoneykillers. We're not 100% sure about Mindkill.
Mm-hmm.
You see how I'm transitioning here? Even in my delirium?
Mm-hmm.
Before this match, the Revolution against the Beasts at Central Park, was it any clearer? Because I saw some iffiness. Wasn't there like a post like if this team wins, you guys are in, if this team wins, you guys are out? Was there a points percentage consideration, or what was your thoughts going into this?
Yeah, so I guess the points percentage didn't matter, and I couldn't tell you exactly why without reading the post that I don't have pulled up now, but it did have to do with some head-to-head stuff.
So basically, Beasts win, you're in, Revolution win, you're out.
Yep.
All right. You said you followed this match.
Yes.
What can you tell me?
I looked at it in the morning. I was kind of checking in as the day went on. So the singles round happened while I was playing at Blatnick. So I wasn't able to watch that super closely, but the matchups looked good. And then at lunch, they were in a dead tie, which was a little surprising. I was talking to Tyler on Saturday about like matchups and stuff. And it seemed like both captains kind of thought CPS was beneficial for them. I was trying to think about who was on each team, and I was sort of thinking maybe the Beasts did have an advantage going to CPS, but then Tyler kind of reminded me of some of the people that they picked up this year. So I really wasn't sure either. And, it turns out singles is pretty good tell of the course advantage. And yeah, they were dead tied at lunch. So I guess it was a pretty good neutral course for them to pick.
Looks like for the Beasts, Carter Canellis, Matt Gamache, Tyler Gannon, Jake Peters, Josh Weinstock, Juliet Wiest, Amber Stout, and Winter Canellis all got wins. For the Revolution, Dylan Marsing, Ryan Clare, Aaron Holtby, Bobby Hallam, Cody Canine, Parker Cerrone, Travis West, and Tucker Kozlowski. So like you said, 8-8 going into doubles. What's close by to Central Park? What's the best place to get something to eat?
Oh man, I used to say Gershon's, but that closed. So Jaimen, what do you think the best place is?
Homestyle pizza is pretty solid. It's like a couple blocks away from Gershon's.
There's a McDonald's there too, unless you want to get, a couple spicy McChickens.
If you get McDonald's with everything that's available in Schenectady, Corey, something's wrong with you.
I'm gonna let you in on something. I've only gone to McDonald's from CPS. So
You've eaten home style tomato pie.
Yeah. There's like a ramen place over there. There's a lot of good food over there.
it all sounds like time. You know what time is, Tim?
Well, that's why you order
Money.
online and you pick it up.
Hey, if you want to use the bathroom halfway through the round, that's cool. Go get use some McDonald's.
I feel like that was me last time.
Oh, I remember that. You were running to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were there. Oh my god.
All right. Anybody else have any comments on round one?
I think we were watching it too while we were down at FDR. We were all kind of watching this match pretty closely, and it was exciting seeing it tied after round one. Because I mean, not that Jaimen cared or Kyle, but you know, like you said, if we're the wrenches were rooting for a Revolution win.
You're scared of Minekill?
If Burbine won, then Minekill gets in the finals and we don't make it.
Oh, they would knock you out. Oh, I was thinking about them getting in. I wasn't thinking about I
think that's what it was
reverse.
Like. If Burbine wins, then we don't go to finals and Minekill does. And if Saratoga wins, basically we go to finals and Minekill doesn't.
Your round at FDR, did you guys throw multiple discs per hole, or did you guys play a round, like a competitive round?
We threw so many. We played one round and we're just throwing a bunch off every tee pad.
All right.
We threw so many discs that we ran into Evan on hole 2 and then again on hole 17.
Yeah.
All right. Randy, what do you got for round 2?
So round 2, looking at it right when it started, I think I caught it at like there were 3 holes in and it was almost all tied. The matchups looked really good. You know, there was a few obvious ones that were going to go a certain way, but a lot of the stuff was still tied when I first checked in.
What do you guys think when you're watching it live? Like whoever's leading will go green, right?
Yeah.
Do you like that, or would you rather wait till it's over?
I like it.
Okay.
There's a really good function. You can look at it at current hole, which is like just dead center on the scoreboard. You can go to holes remaining. Like you can just tab through a few options, starting hole, current hole. And that way you know like how many holes they got left, because that's important. You know, you might see a bunch of green, but then you realize like the match just started or whatever. So, I mean, yeah, you're looking for those lock symbols near the end to make sure that's the final score.
And Gorsuch will tell you that during live play, where that lock symbol is, there will be a number, and that number is always how many holes I have left.
Okay, I dig it. I ask questions and you guys come up with other things that are cool about this freaking TC whiteboard. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's on vacation. It's still awesome. So what else you got? Was there any round that stood out to you?
Yeah, so as it's coming down to the wire, there was the mixed card, Amber Stout and Jake Peters versus Danielle Woodall and Bobby Hallam. That was close the whole way. I was kind of rooting for Amber and Jake. I thought they might have an edge on them. It's weird. I didn't, like, half of me is like, cool, like finals would be fun, but I wasn't super invested in going to finals. I kind of was enjoying seeing who was playing who and like seeing how it turned out, I guess. I don't know. With the GOATs being in finals, assuming they bring their full team, like I didn't have a lot of hope. Like during the regular season, it was a foregone conclusion. So it's kind of just a free weekend in April for me if we don't have to go to finals. But yeah, still rooting for them on Burbine for that matchup. And then coming down to the end, the other one that really mattered was Tyler Gannon and Matt Gamache on Burbine versus Parker Cerrone and Aaron Holpe. Tyler and Matt were up 1 stroke with 1 hole left. So that was looking like it was going to go to a full team playoff. But then Parker and Aaron tied it up. So they were in a playoff. And that playoff decided the match, basically. If the Revolution won it, the match was over. If the Beasts won that, then it was going to go to the overall playoff.
So the 2 hot rounds of the day went to the playoff. That's crazy.
Yep.
And it looks like Parker and Aaron pulled it out. And the Revolution ends up winning 10-6 for a total of 18-14. But I mean, that's 4 points that 18-14. But you're looking at 1 hole. 1 hole goes differently, and it's tied up. What's finals then?
So that is GOATs, Revolution, Widowmakers, and Wrenches in that order. Or wait, yeah, head-to-head is first. So in that order.
The Widowmakers have a better win percentage or points percentage than Revolution, but they head-to-head is more important in New York Team Challenge.
Yep.
So Revolution get the 2 seed. They went from maybe not making finals to the 2 seed. That's crazy.
Exactly.
And you guys lost by less than 0.4 of a percentage point behind the Wrenches. I mean, lost, I say, not made finals. Wrenches were 54-91. You guys were 54-53. So we'll talk more as finals gets here, but that's, I mean, there were 6 teams. 6 of the 8 teams had valid valid chance until the last week to make finals. So that's good.
Yeah,
that's competitive balance, as the NFL would say. And when is finals? Is that the first week of April?
First weekend of April, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so next week we'll do finals picks, and the week after is finals. Okay. Next week we got the Breeze and the Fools Fest anyway. I did get a message this past week from Greg Kurtz. He said that Devin and him played Skoneykillers tonight, and hole 5 is 142 feet. U-Disc might use linear flat line, not accounting for the 40-foot elevation gain. What he just reiterated was, I'm not asking any more questions about distances of holes.
I wouldn't ask him to Greg, because hole 5 is not 40 feet in elevation.
Yeah, that's what
That's a 4-story building.
yeah.
How many feet would you say, Randy?
Wait, what is the U-Disc official one?
I think it's 105 feet.
Yeah, 105 feet was the distance.
Yeah, it's longer than that. I mean, when we were doing that rundown of the holes, like that one didn't really even jump out at me. Like I feel like there's just other shorter holes in DisCap, but yeah, it is severe. It definitely adds like 30 feet probably.
All right. If there's nothing else, anybody got time for a quiz?
Let's do it.
Anybody
Sorry,
can't
joking.
do a quiz?
Yes, I'm here.
I'll drop out. There's 7 of us. I'll make 6.
Okay, then, Jaimen, I know you've probably got about a dozen more pages to print, so I don't want to keep you teasing. Just pick it up. Next week, you got Fools Fest, then you got New York Finals, then you got New England Finals. So you got a busy few weeks ahead.
Yep. This is the point where it's like, I'm thinking my next free Saturday is August.
In a couple months' time, you're going to have a lot of free time. So
Yeah. Oh, I'm not complaining. It's just like, as I'm looking out, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, Jamie, don't you just sit around for like 3 months out of the year?
Yeah. Don't do anything at all.
All right. Well, thanks for helping out, Jaimen.
Yeah, of course. Good talking to you guys. Have a good night.
See ya.
Take it easy. Thanks, Jaimen. So what do we got? We got 6. Evan and Tim, why don't you guys be captains since you guys didn't say much tonight?
Okay.
Tim only came in to freaking poop shame me.
Yeah, because you're eating McDonald's. Come on now.
Yeah, let me just go get a greasy sandwich from Giuseppe's or whatever the hell the place is called.
Giuseppe. Oh.
What was it called? Garamo?
I can't even talk to you.
Tim, do you want to go first or?
No, I'll let my captain go first. I'm fine with that. He can pick first.
Oh, he can pick first or go first?
He can pick first. I'll go first. How's that?
All right. So, Evan, who's your first teammate?
I'll take Mr. Bemis.
Let's go.
Tim, who you got?
I'll take Mr. Potts.
Tim, who you got?
Give me the McDonald's Poop Master.
Oh,
That could be Joe.
Try not to.
Joe gets the Alex treatment. Okay. Evan got to pick first. So, Tim, you get to go first. I got 3 categories of disc or no disc, and I can't say for certain, but I don't think there's any snake questions in any of these.
Oh, Jaimen's not here, so that's good.
No, he got serpent. Would you like category 1, category 2, or category 3?
We haven't had Jason on in a while, so we'll go 1.
Good answer.
All right. Question 1, category 1. Which legendary rock and roll pioneer, known for hits like Ain't That a Shame and Blueberry Hill, was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as part of its first group of inductees in 1986? Which legendary rock and roll pioneer, known for hits like Ain't That a Shame and Blueberry Hill, was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as part of its first group of inductees in 1986?
Somebody's got that, right?
This is a first question.
Yeah. Alex?
I do not know.
Oh, wait, who was our team? It's me, Tim, and Alex?
Tim, Alex, and Corey. I'm sorry.
Team TAC. All right, Team TAC. All right, we got this. Or ATC. Yeah, we're the tower.
Or, Cat.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
There's no A, though.
Because
I wrote you down as Potts. I'm sorry, Alex. I normally put you down as Alex. So Cat. Yeah.
I like TAC.
How is it?
Pre-80s rock and roll? I don't know. I mean, first guess would be Elvis, but...
that's not...
It feels like there are more famous Elvis songs that they would say.
Right, yeah.
Or he didn't want to make it too easy.
I didn't realize you were all like 12, so...
Yeah, that didn't really help us.
I mean, see, it's the first group of inductees, so I thought, should be probably question 1. In hindsight, maybe not.
I can think of lots of famous guitarists that I would expect to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but
Pioneer and
I
rock
don't recognize
and roll,
the song names.
It has to be pioneers.
Pioneer. I feel like everybody gets called a pioneer for something in rock, right? No?
I mean, everybody's sort of got their own style.
I have no idea.
Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger. I kind of like Elvis better than Mick Jagger.
Have we listened to the question again? Do we want to hear it one more time?
Yeah, let's hear it again.
Which legendary rock and roll pioneer known for hits like Ain't That a Shame and Blueberry Hill was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as part of its first group of inductees in 1986?
86.
And I'm very confident it's not Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
And I would have been very confident it's not Elvis.
Yeah. What else you got then?
I don't know. Names that were coming to mind were like Jimi Hendrix, but I don't think that one makes sense.
No.
Eric Clapton, I don't think that makes sense.
No.
It's not going to be any of the Grateful Dead players.
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty's not an awful choice. I don't think it's right, but I don't think it's...
Right. I don't think none of that. I like Tom Petty quite a bit. I've never heard Tom Petty's Blueberry Hill. This is a question one. I don't know. Based on the first inductee, I feel like Elvis should be the first. I know it's not right, but that at least fits.
Elvis, baby. Let's go Elvis.
At least that fits the category that half the question. I know it's not the name of the songs, but I feel like, Jimi Hendrix could be in there too, but I don't feel like that's right. I don't know. Let's take Elvis off the board, I feel like.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Evan, Randy, and Joe, which legendary rock and roll pioneer known for hits like Ain't That a Shame and Blueberry Hill was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as part of its first group of inductees in 1986?
I'm thinking it's
I don't want to embarrass myself.
Oh, please do.
Buddy Holly.
No.
That's not a bad choice, honestly, but like Chuck Berry or...
I'm pretty sure it's Fats Domino.
Who?
Fats Domino.
I don't even know who that is.
What words did you just say?
Fats Domino.
I have
right.
absolutely
Lock
heard
it in.
of that.
Is the Fats Domino a disc?
You guys agree?
It's
yes.
as good a guess as... I have no idea.
With all of my heart.
Is the domino.
Let's go.
That part I don't know.
Who the hell's going to throw a domino,
It could be. It's I don't know.
Knock them down like dominoes.
It wouldn't surprise me, but
Yeah.
if you guys are not feeling it, we can go no. That's fine.
Did I sound like I wasn't feeling it?
Yeah, I
From
don't
over
know,
here.
It just doesn't sound like a good...
Were you trying to project not feeling it?
No, I don't know what I said now.
Oh.
I thought it was a good disc name, but whatever.
Oh, well then let's go yes.
Oh, yes.
Let's say yes.
Go for it.
You guys agree?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, no.
What the?
Yep.
Evan, Randy, and Joe, you guys got a point there. Would you like category 1, category 2, or category 3?
2.
All right, question 1, category 2. First appearing in Tales to Astonish number 13, what member of the species Flora colossus initially came to Earth seeking humans to capture and take back to his homeworld, Planet X, for its scientists to study? First appearing in Tales to Astonish 13, what member of the species Flora colossus initially came to Earth seeking humans to capture and take back to his homeworld, Planet X, for its scientists to study?
Pretty sure this is a Marvel question.
It's not a DC. He usually says in the Marvel comic just to piss me off.
Yeah.
Well, now you got to know what Tales to Astonish is.
It's a really old comic. Thinking it's Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, that's so good. Big plant. That's
Big
what
plant.
Flora
You nailed
colossus.
it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
And originally, Groot was not a good guy, so
I love it.
Let's go with Groot.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Is the Groot a disc?
I doubt it.
Domino's better, but
is it a castoplast? GRUT?
Oh, that's a good angle to come
Ooh.
from. I feel like we've been done dirty a couple times with just a straight up castoplast name. That's
Am I allowed to
nonsense
go through
us.
my discs and see?
No.
No, that's illegal.
If you don't know what discs you have too many discs, sir.
Yeah.
I have a lot. I'm going to say it's a castoplast disc. My
Oh
brain's
my God.
telling me it's castoplast.
I can't sway you guys. I went hard on Domino, so
I'll take that ride with you, Joe. We'll say yes.
You guys agree?
Sure.
I'm sorry, no.
I know there's a Grim something else.
that's not the same at all.
Tim, Alex, and Corey, you're down 2-0. Would you like category 1 or category 2? Category 3 will be saved for a later date.
Personally, I don't know which one I hate more. So,
Corey, I was thinking the exact same thing. I don't know what's worse.
how do you feel, Alex?
My instinct is I would be more helpful in Marvel stuff than music stuff.
I thought the same
but
for you.
obviously it's
Okay.
tough to tell what anything is at this point.
I usually feel okay with Marvel stuff, but when he doesn't say Marvel or DC, it definitely threw me. I had no idea what that was.
Yeah, like
so.
everyone knew what that Flora colossus meant, big plant. or
Oh,
something
100%.
Randy wasn't.
I
included
also
nobody
would
on
have
that
guessed Groot.
You would have? Okay, good. All right, well, let's go. Based on what Alex just said, let's go with 2.
one. Okay, 2.
Question 2, category 2. What violent species of tree was planted on the Hogwarts ground in 1971 to disguise the opening of a secret passage leading to the Shrieking Shack? What violent species of tree was planted on the Hogwarts ground in 1971 to disguise the opening of a secret passage leading to the Shrieking Shack?
I know it. You guys
I was
know
going to say, you
I
know
know you
that.
know
I know it too, but
Be removed out of Harry Potter by now to remember the name of this.
Corey, can you take a guess just for fun?
Give me the quick description of the forest or the tree.
It's just one tree that's covering a passage. It's a big tree.
Oh yeah, that's the Shrieking Shadow tree.
That's a Shrieking Shadow tree? Okay.
Lock it in.
Whomping Willow, right, Alex?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Corey, you agree with that?
I do. With what they said, yes.
Is the Whomping Willow a disc?
Does it have to be the Whomping Willow, or can
Yes.
it just be a willow? Interesting.
The Whomping Willow.
Would she allow that?
I don't know. She's pretty.
She seems pretty chill, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Real chill. I was going to say the exact opposite. Do you think there's a Harry Potter tree company out there?
Not to get too meta with it, but I feel like if it wasn't a disc, or like if Whomping Willow specifically was not a disc, then I feel like Pat would have asked, is the willow a disc?
I feel you on that. Okay, you want to go yes?
And like, what a random pull of an answer in a question just for it to not be a disc.
Let's do it. Let's go yes.
Okay. Yeah. Say yes.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It could have been just because I've already used Willow, so I'm sorry, no.
Ah, you son of a!
Baited.
I thought we had that when he started talking.
Definitely baited.
Good logic, but, you know.
All right.
I do reuse this, don't get me wrong, but I try not to if I can. All right, so you're down 2-1. Evan, Randy, and Joe, you guys are up 1 with a question in the hole. Would you like category 1 or category 2?
I didn't know the Harry Potter one.
Oh, I did.
I've
seen the movies.
But if it's fictional plants, I don't know what that means. We could go back to 1, or we could do 2 again. I don't care.
I don't know what 1 is. Why don't we just do another one in 2?
Great.
I don't think you think it's great.
Category 2, Pat.
All right, question 3, category 2. Located in Sequoia National Park, California, what 275-foot tree shares a name with an officer best known for his march to the sea? Located in Sequoia National Park, California, what 275-foot tree shares a name with an officer best known for his march to the sea?
Was that General Sherman?
That's what I thought.
Was.
Okay.
You guys agree?
Yes.
Yep.
Is the General Sherman a disc?
Oh.
I think I'm going no until proven wrong.
Sounds worse than Domino, Sherman.
All right.
No.
That's the most baited reasoning ever, but I'm with you.
You'd be sick if we won tonight without getting any disc ones, right?
That would be
That'd
sick.
be
All
so
right,
cool.
we're going no on just on Randy's back.
You guys agree?
Yep.
You are correct.
He cracked
Darn
the
it! I
code.
ruined my own plan though.
All right, 2 rounds in, you're up 4-1. Tim, Alex, and Corey. Question 2 in 1 or question 4 in 2?
I would not have known General Sherman.
Oh, I knew that without a doubt. So I'm good with staying with 2 right now because at least we've known those.
Somebody has. Sure, yeah.
Yeah,
If you want to roll
somebody
2,
has. That's right. At least one of us has known every time.
1 could be crazy. We have no idea about 1.
Yeah, 1 I'd never even heard of. Fats Domingo or whatever it was.
Fats Domino? Come on.
You forgot the one that's written down.
That was a good one.
I might have wrote it down as Domingo. I don't know.
Okay.
I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill.
Oh,
Richard Cunningham.
Ain't
that a shame?
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Classics, Tim. These are
I
classics.
have no idea.
That's okay, you kids.
I'll be honest with you, that question does not belie the difficulty of the round. That was just me not realizing that you guys were all youngins.
Not old.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
Pat talking right now. So there's
All right, so you want to take 2 then because he kind of baited us into it?
we could follow the bait.
Yeah, we could call
I'm
the
a little
bait.
hungry right now.
All right, let's do it. Let's switch. Let's take the bait and go to 1.
sure.
there.
1.
Category 1? All
Yeah.
right. Question 2, category 1. Which 4-time Pulitzer-winning American poet is best known for rural New England themes and works such as The Road Not Taken and Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening? What 4-time Pulitzer Prize-winning American poet is best known for rural, I have a difficulty with that word, rural New England themes and works such as The Road Not Taken and Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening?
Corey, you got this
Frost?
one right? Yeah. Yep, Alex. Yep, Robert Frost.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Okay. When I ask if you guys agree, Corey's usually the first one to answer, but I always want to know, like, if Corey agrees.
Oh,
'cause-
my mic not. My mic must not.
No. I heard it.
No, I actually said Robert Frost before they said it, but I don't.
Oh,
guess
you did?
it.
Ooh.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
All right, that I didn't hear then. Okay.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that's
You guys
awesome.
didn't hear that?
No.
No,
No,
maybe
we
Zencaster caught it.
Yeah, no.
It might have. We don't know.
Zencaster didn't catch it.
So you guys going with Robert Frost?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No. Yeah. Is the Frost a disc?
Okay, that's got to be.
Frost.
When it's a name,
Yeah.
I usually pick one of them if it's the first
That
or
makes
last
sense.
name. That's the only time I try to make it as specific as possible, but that's the one time that
I mean, the
it's
Robert
name-
might be a disc too, but I think the Frost, it's got to
It feels like a pretty good.
It feels
name.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't have a problem with
stay
it.
frosty.
All
You guys
right.
agree?
Yep.
Yeah.
Guru Discs, January 29th, 2026.
All right, we got one.
All right, 4-3. Evan, Randy, and Joe, you guys are up one with a question in the hole. Question 3 in 1 or question 4 in 2?
What do you think, Randy?
I didn't know that one. So,
Oh, I did.
okay.
So it's so far it's like American Legends of the Arts, and the other
Groot?
one is Groot. What?
Sherman.
Wait, what category was that?
That was
They
one.
just did. They switched over to one.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, Groot, is it an American?
Two
okay.
is still Big Plant.
Okay, sorry. I wrote that in the wrong side. I don't care, I guess, now.
Joe, what do you think?
I'm open to whatever you think you know the answer to.
All right, let's go to category 1, Pat.
All right.
All right, question 3, category 1. From a Germanic word for hatchling, what term is used to describe a group of young insects, such as cicadas, that hatch and emerge together at the same time? From a Germanic word for hatchling, what term is used to describe a group of young insects, such as cicadas, that hatch and emerge together at the same time?
All you, Evan.
Gestation.
The first word I thought of was brood.
That is the word.
Is it? Sick.
Yeah.
Sounds German.
All right.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Is the brood a disc?
I think it's a castoplast disc. I'm just kidding.
Brood. It could be. That could be a. I don't know. Not a.
I don't know. It kind of sounds just as bad as the rest. Brood also does not sound like a disc to me.
Yeah, but does like gold and Svea, because those are discs.
Yeah, the Svea is a disc. I like it actually. It's a great disc. It's also a different language. Also is Brood.
Germanic. Anyways,
I guess I'm thinking no.
I'm good with no.
Okay.
Yeah, it just doesn't sound good to me.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You are correct.
Yes.
So halfway through, you're up 6-3. Tim, Alex, and Corey, would you like category 1 or category 2? Question 4 in both.
I did not know that.
No, not until I said it.
Yeah.
Trees or whatever else this is.
We could try trees. We could switch again.
Yeah.
Let's zig and zag. Let's just keep zigging and zagging the whole
Bouncing
night.
around.
Let's do
We're
that.
going
Yeah, let's
pinball.
bounce. Yeah, let's be unpredictable.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Never
for
let
my
them know your
illness.
next move. That's a good way to
Yeah, right. Okay, let's go back to 2 then.
All right, question 4, category 2. Because of its density and bright tonal qualities, what type of wood is most commonly used to create the fingerboards and necks of Fender Stratocaster electric guitars? Because of its density and bright tonal qualities, what type of wood is most commonly used to create the fingerboards and necks of Fender Stratocaster electric guitars?
I think this is ash.
I mean, I got nothing. So
I do have a chunk of ash in the wood stove right about now.
For whatever reason, that's what was in my head, was ash for that.
So when he says tonal, I'm assuming that means musically, not like visual, not of like
Yes.
having a color tone.
I believe you are correct.
I have no idea what they use in guitars, so
I got nothing else.
I'm fine with ash. Sure.
Alex?
yeah, I mean, I'm happy with Ash. I don't have any supporting evidence in
Okay.
any direction.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Yeah.
Evan, Randy, and Joe, because of its density and bright tonal qualities, what type of wood is most commonly used to create the fingerboards and necks of Fender Stratocaster electric guitars?
Do you know all those ash trees at Minekill that are like dead and not dense at all?
Yeah.
That's not from their fault. That's from them goddamn beetles.
It's the bug.
Mahogany or rosewood or
When it comes to
Sandalwood.
bass guitars, the body is usually made with ash or alder, among other things. When it comes to the fingerboard, the biggest, probably most popular choice is maple. Other ones that it could be are rosewood, although that's fallen out of favor because I think it's harder to source. Could be ebony, but less likely. I think maple is probably the most common answer.
or mahogany.
I like maple. It's used for drum shells too, for the same reason.
Yeah.
I feel like a Fender Strat is an expensive guitar and probably has the pricey wood. So maybe
I mean, you can get a Strat.
rosewood.
You can get a cheap ones all the way up for sure.
What category are we in, by the way?
This is the plant category. It's 2. Very, very well could be rosewood. I don't know which one is more.
What about cherry too? Cherry's.
Yeah, let's throw more.
I don't think that's the answer. I also think maple looks cooler, but that's just personal taste.
You sound like 90% maple.
Yeah, I'm good with maple.
I'm good with that. You know guitars more than us.
Wait, is the fingerboard different than the neck?
Technically, yes.
Like it's like laminated on?
It can be.
Okay.
Can be.
I'm still good with maple.
If it's not, I'm sorry.
But now I am picturing like darker wood on top of the neck.
I just want to know how Evan would know. All he does is slap a bass, right? You don't even play it. All right?
I actually don't even slap. I'm not that exciting of a bass player.
Oh,
do you pick?
No, I've just fingerstyle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That'd be embarrassing if you picked.
Yeah, come on. Jesus.
So what are you guys going with?
We're going maple.
I think we said maple.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Is the maple a disc?
Let's go.
Ooh. All right.
I'm going to go AGL on this one.
Sure, I like that.
Yep. I'm good with yes. We've had quite a few no's.
Yes.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Above ground level, September 22nd, 2025.
Oh, you were so close, Randy.
I think I had it.
You said AGL, though.
Yeah, I don't know what AGL is, but yeah.
Okay.
My favorite line from last episode when Eliezer's name, Pat was like, "That's what I just said." What the hell? Just for me, that was great.
Corey
It
just
was
likes
so
to
close.
echo everything I say.
Exactly.
Tim, Alex, and Corey. Oh, wait, was that a steal?
That's a steal, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. It's starting to run away. Evan, Randy, and Joe, category 1 or category 2?
I think we should go back to 1 because I think I know what the category might be.
I'm not sure. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right, question 4, category 1. Often served roasted inside a bone or used to flavor gourmet stews. What nutrient-rich substance is the defining feature of the Italian dish osso buco? Often served
Marrow.
roasted inside a bone or used to flavor gourmet stews. What nutrient-rich substance is the defining feature of the Italian dish osso buco?
So usually during Disc or No Disc, he's going to read the question too.
Yeah, I got it.
Sorry. I had to give it to you.
Listen, I gave it to myself already. As soon as I hit it, I was like, "What up, Joe?"
Go ahead, Joe.
Marrow.
I agree.
Me too.
You guys agree?
Yes.
Is the marrow a disc?
I hope so, but I don't know.
That's also
I
not a
don't know.
bad name.
Yeah.
We don't have to stew on it.
Ha.
Sorry. I'm good.
Oh,
with
Randy.
I don't think it's a disc. Marrow sounds terrible, but
Okay.
My disc flies straight in marrow. No.
What's going on?
I'm good with no.
Okay.
You guys agree?
yep.
Yep.
You are correct.
Woo.
Wow.
Is that 10-3?
I think it might be 9.
I have 10-3.
I have
Oh,
10.
sorry. Okay, great. Wow. Whoa. Okay.
The super
rounds to
secret
go.
question's coming.
For 10 points.
Technically, if you sweep the board with the last 4 questions, you have a shot.
Possible.
Okay.
Tim, Alex, and Corey. Question 5 and 1 or question 5 and 2?
I think question 1 is actually getting easier as
I thought so too. That was, yeah. Let's go with 1.
yeah, let's keep bouncing around. Like that screensaver from the 90s.
Yeah, trying to catch the corner.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Question 5, category 1. In what 2010 supernatural action film does Paul Bettany fight to save humanity from an apocalypse? In what 2010 supernatural action film does Paul Bettany fight to save humanity from an apocalypse?
Day after tomorrow.
No, absolutely not.
2012?
Is that Paul Bettany?
I don't know.
Isn't 2012 Nicolas Cage or something like that?
I don't think it's Nick Cage.
John Cusack.
The only thing I think I know Paul Bettany from is I think he's Vision,
He is Vision. That's 100% true.
and that is all I know.
Yeah, what else? He's also from Da Vinci Code. He's the guy that beats the crap out of himself.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I feel like I know this.
2010 supernatural
Oh,
action
that's
film.
right. You got me off with the 2012. Yeah, 2010.
I mean, I was pretty confident that in 2012 the movie came out before 2012, but I'm not 100% on that now.
I don't know if I'm going to come up with it. I feel like I know it, but
Maybe it didn't. Maybe it came out after.
That would be such bad marketing. Like, hey,
I
remember that
totally
disaster
missed
that's been
the
happening?
release
Come watch a
date.
movie
Yeah.
about it.
I'm not coming up with anything.
A Knight's Tale, if you need more movies with him in it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a good one. Yep, that's a good one, too. Yeah.
I still can't
Chaucer.
picture the guy.
I was trying to help.
Wait, the redheaded dude?
Yeah.
Oh, that's him? That's who we're thinking of?
Yeah, he's the Squire?
I mean, didn't he win Wimbledon?
Yeah, that's true
or
too.
at least do really well at Wimbledon.
Wasn't he the voice of Jarvis before he was even Vision?
That's true too. Yep, that's true. Man, he's done a lot, but I don't know what he did in 2010.
Me neither.
He fought to save humanity from an apocalypse.
That tracks.
He did that.
Cloverfield.
What, he was in that?
I don't know. Really, he was in everything. Like Bruce Willis.
Apparently. I got nothing.
Yeah, sure. 2012.
2012.
Sure.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations, Evan, Randy, and Joe. In what 2010 supernatural action film does Paul Bettany fight to save humanity from an apocalypse?
I think it's Legion.
Well, I didn't know that, but it definitely tracks the category. So let's go with Legion.
Yeah, I probably should have thought about the category before just going for an answer.
I don't know it.
Because I also think I know the category, but
That's Domingo.
I think I know the category, but I'm not actually sure what it comes from. So I'm excited to find out.
You guys agree with Legion?
Yeah,
Lock it in.
Is the Legion a disc?
probably.
I
That
think
sounds
it
like
I
a
said it
disc
sounds
name.
more like a disc than everything else so
All
far.
right, we'll go yes.
You guys agree?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Pro Discus, January
There we go.
19th, 2026. That was a steal. Would you guys like final question 1 or question 5 and 2?
I kind of want the final question in one.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
All right, question 6. In the Matrix trilogy, what is the name of the multi-tentacled killing machines that patrol the sewers of the real world and hunt Zion's hovercraft? In the Matrix trilogy, what is the name of the multi-tentacled killing machines that patrol the sewers of the real world and hunt Zion's hovercraft?
Is that Sentinels?
It
Yes.
is.
Yes. Thank you. I love the Matrix and I was brain farting.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Sentinel a disc?
Yes. Sounds good.
Possibly.
Did you say possibly?
I did. Good catch.
I'm good with it.
Sounds good to me.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Millennium Golf Discs,
All
February
right.
3rd, 1998. All right, final round. 10-point question to Tim, Alex, and Corey. You got to get, it's 5 points for the answer and 5 points for the bonus.
Ooh, yeah.
Right.
Snap.
Here we go.
Question 5, category 2. What small aromatic berry, which is actually a female seed cone, is the primary botanical used to give gin its distinctive pine-like flavor? What small aromatic berry, which is actually a female seed cone, is the primary botanical used to give gin its distinctive pine-like flavor?
Juniper.
yeah, juniper is what I had as well.
Yep.
You guys agree?
Yes, the
I
juniper
do.
berry.
Is the juniper a disc?
Gotta be.
Seems very reasonable to me. AGL makes a lot of those style
Yeah.
discs.
That sounds good to me. I've never heard of it, but sure. I like it.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Yeah.
Above ground level, March 16th, 2026.
We're back, baby.
Hell yeah.
All right. Final question. Evan, Randy, and Joe, you're up 1 point.
Let's go.
No pressure.
That's amazing.
Question 6, category 2. In the Gears of War video game franchise, the subterranean horde of genetically mutated creatures that emerges on Emergence Day to attack humanity is known by what name? In the Gears of War video game franchise, the subterranean horde of genetically mutated creatures that emerges on Emergence Day to attack humanity is known by what name?
I played
Been a
this a
long time
little.
since I played that.
Yeah, when it came out. And he said horde in the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's going to be a little planty, right? The answer.
Yeah. They come from underground.
Not that I'm thinking of is plant related.
No. And I was more of a Halo guy.
Same.
You guys don't have a great track record with Halo either, I'm just saying.
No. Pretty much any game I've played, I forget all the proper nouns from.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Bro
I
is
don't know,
flexing grammar.
Yes, Corey.
Like, I just want to say horde, but he said
No,
it.
don't say horde.
I won't. I just want to. I want you to know.
Mm-hmm.
Can you say it one more time, Pat?
In the Gears of War video game franchise, the subterranean horde of genetically mutated creatures that emerges on Emergence Day to attack humanity is known by what name?
Like just zombies?
What about locusts?
Aren't those bugs?
Yeah, but there's a tree that's spelled really similarly. That's all I got.
I don't know. I got nothing, so it doesn't ring a bell.
Okay.
I didn't play it much. I didn't play this game much at all, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have Gears of War. I was a Call of Duty player.
Oh, one of them, huh?
Yeah. Sitting back with my sniper rifle, just picking people off. Yeah, I got nothing. I don't know.
What do you got? This is for the win.
We're going with Randy, whatever
There's
Randy
a black
said.
locust tree, and then there's locust, the plant, or not the plant, the bugs that like swarm everything. That's all I got.
Okay.
You guys agree?
Sure.
Locust, sure.
Is the locust a disc?
What?
No,
Let's go. Fun fact, locust trees produce the most heat when burned.
Oh, yeah, they do.
I didn't know it was a tree. I thought they were just insects.
And also to clarify, they're called the locust horde, Evan.
So they are the horde.
Yeah.
That's all I could think of. Good job, Mr. Bemis.
I feel pretty good. What was category 1 though?
Well, you got to tell me, is the locust a disc
Is
first?
it a
Oh
disc?
shoot.
Yes.
Yep. AGL.
Wait.
I don't think it's a disc.
Nope. Locked in.
We're-
Wait, do we need this point?
No.
Okay, I still think it's AGL.
Even if you got it wrong, you didn't need the point, Randy.
We'll go with Randy.
It's not AGL, but it is a disc.
Nope.
Ooh,
AGL
for
or
10
bust.
points.
For 3 points, Randy, AGL or bust?
Wait, they get the 3 points if I'm wrong?
No. They have to figure out if it's not AGL, they got to tell me the company.
Oh my god. I'm not that confident. Nah, I am.
I am. I'm very confident.
You're going AGL or bust, Randy, and Tim says
I don't know.
no
Evan's in
chance.
charge. I don't really want to.
No, I'm with Randy.
Oh, Jesus.
Ride or die.
If Tim knows it, now I'm scared. Can I change my answer?
No.
Nothing's been locked in. I mean, other than the fact that you won 4 questions ago, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
seriously.
baiting you, Randy.
this is all for fun.
What if it's Doomsday?
It's not.
Darn it. All right, AGL.
Locked in?
Mm-hmm.
Evan, you agree as captain?
I support him.
Above ground level, June 23rd, 2020.
Ooh, what a
Nice.
Damn,
flex.
Tim was bluffing.
Congratulations, Evan,
What
Randy,
is
and
the
Joe.
Clash disc that has? I thought there was a Locust Clash.
People don't eat locusts.
Yeah, that's
Well, they
they're all
do, but-
food. Category 1, as far as I can tell, was X-Force.
It could
or
be
something-
Lotus,
Something adjacent.
Oh, Lotus. Okay.
Ha, sorry.
All right. My bad.
because I've used that and I was honestly iffy. Yeah, Clash has a Lotus, a retooled Lotus, and a tone variant Lotus.
Got it. All right. That's what I was thinking of.
Evan, we got Domino, Frost, Brood, Marrow, Legion, and Sentinel. What do we got?
I would say X-Force from Marvel. Or
X-Men,
something
X-Force,
thereabouts. Yeah.
Anybody got anything?
I don't know if we mentioned this. Based on the result of the Pyramid Stony Brook match, we are officially the #1 seed in Pip West for the season. So good job, boys.
Nice.
Well done. We got one more match to go, but I'm proud of everybody for,
Well, I was going to say multiple matches, right? Because finals.
2 more.
2 rounds. And
Yeah,
one,
I mean,
whatever.
one day of-
One more
of
day.
matches.
One more day.
And when is that?
That's the 11th.
Okay, and where's this?
Ours is at Oakhome.
Okay.
How was Oakhome today?
I had a grand old time with Tim and Justin and Josh and Beekline. Tim, how was the course?
It's a good course. It's a New England up and down a hill through the trees, a lot of rocks. It's a good course. Well maintained. Rough is rough. Fairways are fair. And it's, it's a lot up and down.
And then we did go to mile marker 63 after. Sorry if you asked that earlier, Pat. I kind of was zoned out for a second, but
I thought that's where you went to play. Did you play there?
Yeah, we played.
yeah, after doing Oakhome, mile marker is like literally 10 minutes away, and I hadn't been there yet, and we all agreed it would be fun to go grab a quick bite for lunch and then play that. So that was what we did.
No, that's cool. So we have a week of tournaments and then a lot of team challenge after. Any birthdays coming up?
Looks like Miguel Thomas's birthday is coming up on the 25th, or was on the 25th, and Harry Lehman's birthday is on the 28th.
We got John Klingler, March 24th tomorrow. Well, calendar day tomorrow. Same thing with Joel Davis.
Couple Warwick guys, Zach LeBlanc and Bjorn Holm. Eric Bowers on the 27th, wedge guy. Harry Lehman, the 28th.
Charles Carpenter, March 29th.
Junior the 3rd.
Yeah.
Matt Rosanna, he's a Warwick guy as well. His birthday's coming up. All right, well, thank you, Corey, Jaimen, Randy, Evan, Tim, Alex, and thanks for coming on, Joe.
You got it.
Thanks for corresponding with us this evening. And sweet up, Hudson.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pep.